Hi there, so great win today beating Leeds 4-1. Your thoughts on the game?
Listen, we responded to the pressure. We do what Arsenal do this season. I didn't expect anything different, and that's a really, really good thing to say about a team. With Man City going 1 goal down against Liverpool, all of our Arsenal fans would have been buzzing seeing that. I wonder if the players would have been following that game, and obviously when City come back and batter Liverpool, it would have been like, all right, now it's on us, and they would have felt that pressure. Clearly, before kick-off, they would have known. But they responded really well. So they look like an accomplished team, look like a confident team. Since losing in the league to City, we've won 7 on the bounce. I mean, how's that for consistency? Last 2 games we've won 4-1. Last 3 games have been by 3-goal margins in the Premier League. I'm talking about obviously, and it's like I can't remember expecting us to do the business, and we always do the business. But it's now, from this point on, where now gets really, really tricky. 9 games to go. Liverpool away, we've got City away, Chelsea at home, West Ham away, Newcastle away. 5 of those 9 are really tough. And the other 4, teams are going to be scrapping left, right and centre to stay in this league. Because when you look at the bottom half of the table, before the start of play today, 9 teams separated by 4 points. So everyone is scrambling for their lives. It's going to be a roller coaster. It's going to be tough. And listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for the roller coaster.
So today, Gabriel Jesus' first Premier League start since his injury. Brilliant performance, won the penalty, buried that, took his second goal really well as well. Great to have him back at this crucial time.
Yeah, and we need people like him. Especially with Nketiah now out, they've kind of taken it in turns, haven't they? In terms of who's injured, who's playing. And we need Jesus back. He's so important to this team. We weren't playing very well in the first half an hour of that game. He won that penalty because his footwork is impeccable. He's so hard to mark, so hard to read. Won the penalty, converted the penalty. Not a good penalty, and I feel like the penalty showed that he's not at his level of the highest level of confidence. He's going to smash that into a corner, But fine, main thing is he scored, and then that set us up to go and get the other goals in the game. Whilst actually Leeds were. They tested Ramsdale quite a bit in the first 30 minutes of the game. They were doing all right, and we weren't looking great. But Jesus' good footwork is what set up. That was the platform for this victory, and I'm happy for him. Even happier that he scored the goal in open play though, because that's like a real goal, if you know what I mean. Otherwise, you might just think, I was given the penalty, but and even Ødegaard had the ball for the penalty. I felt like he was going to take it. I don't know if it was a last-minute change, or whether they do that intentionally sometimes, so that when defenders try and put off the penalty taker, they'll go and put all of that energy into Ødegaard, and it'll be wasted energy because Jesus is left to it. So I think maybe that's why they play that game a little bit in terms of one person holding the ball, giving it to someone else. But I'm glad he scored the goal in open play. So now he's got a goal in open play as well. Hopefully that gives him the confidence. I was disappointed to see him come off because I would have wanted him to go and get a hat-trick. But anyway, look, Mikel Arteta, I think he knows what he's doing.
And Ben White, special praise for him. Second goal, he's just getting better and better in that right back position.
Yeah, he's brilliant. One of my favourite things to do in watching Arsenal this season is when we've got an attacking corner, just watch Ben White. It'll always give you a giggle. He was like pissing Meslier off so much, like just touching his arm, like poking him, tickling him, really, really doing his head in. And you know what? A lot of the times from attacking corners, remember Bournemouth who scored 2 goals from corners, right? People don't realise this, but Ben White has got a job to do at corners. He stops goalkeepers coming out. No, goalkeepers don't claim the ball against Arsenal when we've got an attacking corner, and that's down to Ben White. And he straddles that line. He gave away 1 foul today. The referee blew up for him on Meslier, but you remember, was it Leicester away or something? We scored. I think we scored from a corner, and it was disallowed because Ben White was holding Danny Ward's hand, and he always straddles that balance. Overall, it's worked for us, and he's funny, and he's a bit of a wind-up merchant, but he's got the crowd fully behind him because his performances back it up. He's started to score goals as well. Even Granit Xhaka, he scored in the last 3 games, I think, or something. It's just like, look, we're getting goals from all over the park, and it's brilliant to see. We're not relying on any one player.
Yeah, for sure. So who would you give your man of the match to today?
I think I would give it to Jesus. I think he was really good. Martinelli as well was absolutely brilliant. What I loved about Martinelli's performance, before I talk about Jesus, was that first half an hour we weren't very good, and Martinelli realised that he needed to track back, get stuck in, and earn the right to do the stuff further up the pitch, and then he did that afterwards. But I thought his work rate was absolutely brilliant, and then he went and got his assist as well. Jesus, though, absolutely perfect. As I said, he was the one that set up the platform for this victory, and his link-up play throughout the game was just absolutely flawless. So I'm so glad to have him back, because we need a recognised striker for the times like today, where it could have gone further and further at 0-0 and would have been a bit tricky and difficult. But just one moment of pure quality, drew the foul, and that's it. 1-0 Arsenal takes all the pressure off. So Jesus got me my man of the match.
Okay, so looking at the overall picture now, 9 games to go, 8 points clear. What's your thoughts?
All we need to do is avoid defeat at the Etihad, and if we do that, then I think we'll win the league. Because when you size up the remaining games, you can, from a Man City's point of view, you'd say, I think we can beat Arsenal at home, and they can beat anyone at home. So of course they can beat us at home, especially if they beat us away. That takes it to 5 points. Then they've got a game in hand. That takes it to 2 points. And now you're 1 weekend away. A draw or a loss for Arsenal, they win on goal difference or by 1 point. So all of that plan gets completely unravelled if Arsenal avoid defeat at the Etihad. That is what we need to do. Obviously, we need to win our remaining games. They need to win their remaining games. Let's start with Liverpool away, which is going to be a huge game. That will tell us a lot about what we need to know about this team and whether they can actually go on from this point, where now it becomes unbelievably hard. As I mentioned, those 5 tough games in our last 9. If we can go and avoid defeat at the Etihad, if we can go and win at Anfield, then yeah, of course we're going to win the league. But first test Liverpool, let's see what happens there, and then avoid defeat at the Etihad. That's what we need to do. Hopefully this team continue to deliver, because it will be a travesty if this group of players end up this season empty-handed.